Hooligan in the check jacket. Quite a night, the one nearest to us. On the far side of that one, Wybus range, and tactics in the very, very early stages are going to play an important part in this race. So under orders and they're away, and let's just assess the situation as they begin to settle down. On the left of the leading group comes El Mansur, and also up with the leads on the left-hand side, Weir, Christmas Cottage behind these, and Follow the Stars. On the far side, telephone numbers, you can spot his white blinkers right next to the rails. Also on the far side, Caballo, Guverno in that group, and also is Star of a Gunner up with the leaders in the early stages. Just in behind them comes Florida Sun and Moore's Metal. They've split into those two groups, and as they come down through the first quarter of a mile, and telephone numbers stumbled there, that certainly cost him the race. They've got just over 4.5 furlongs to go, and on the far side, Star of a Gunner with Caballo and El Mansur. On the near side, rear action just tracking the leaders, and also up with them Christmas Cottage and Weir and Grey Desire and Loch Pearl there at the halfway stage in the William Hill Lincoln. And on the far side, it's Caballo and Star of a Gunner with Florida Sun. On the near side, it's Hooligan and El Mansur and Macmillan. Just over 3.5 furlongs to go, and it's Hooligan in the lead on the near side. On the far side, Vintage Toll comes sweetly to join Star of a Gunner, tracked by Guverno, who's right next to the rails. 2 furlongs left to go, and Hooligan coming down the centre of the track has the advantage. Hooligan, but on the far side, Guverno, Star of a Gunner, and Vintage Toll, and the Irish Raider Saving Mercy. Just over a furlong to go. The race is on the far side as Vintage Toll, Guverno, and Star of a Gunner are challenged strongly by Saving Mercy inside the final furlong, and it's Star of a Gunner now who's beaten as Saving Mercy comes through to take it up. Saving Mercy from Vintage Toll and Guverno. Saving Mercy from Vintage Toll trying to fight back. However, Saving Mercy's going to get there. A win for Ireland. Saving Mercy the winner. Vintage Toll second, Guverno third, Star of a Gunner 4. A big gap then to Ballad Island. Then came Wybus Range of Florida Sun and El Mansur, followed by Basil Boyer, Moore's Metal and Caballo and Marshalla. Then Macmillan and Sky Boot and Christmas Cottage. Follow the Stars, telephone numbers, Hooligan. Then rear action, and behind rear action came Weir. Towards the rear was Grey Desire, and last of all for me was Quite a Night. And so the result of this William Hill Lincoln handicap, it's a win for number 13, Saving Mercy, owned by Dr. M. Benacerraf, trained in Ireland by Dermot Weld, and ridden by Walter Swinburne. That's Walter's first Lincoln winner. Second was number 19, Vintage Toll, ridden by Edward Hyde. A third was number 7, Guverno, ridden by Greville Starkey. And fourth was number 28, the gamble of the race, Star of a Gunner, ridden by Willie Carson. Well, in fact, it was the low numbers who prevailed. Saving Mercy, the winner, was drawn 8. The second horse home, Vintage Toll, was drawn 5. And the third horse home, Guverno, was drawn 2. But there's our winner, a mud-splattered Walter Swinburne on this daughter of Lord Gale, Saving Mercy, who's won the Lincoln. Saved the bookmakers a fortune when both Guverno and Star of a Gunner were beaten. Let's see her do it again with Bruff.
Well, 2 absolute facts established from this Lincoln. First thing was that this side had absolutely no chance. If you were drawn in the top 10, you just might as well have stayed at home. That's one of the problems of the Lincoln. With this soft ground, the far side is definitely favoured. Forget all the other talk. The second thing was that whatever the money had gone on beforehand, Star of a Gunner certainly appeared to sap his strength by running off so free on the way to the start. Anyway, let's pick up the action. Saving Mercy producing a brilliant run for Wally Swinburne. Guverno up there in front with Star of a Gunner, who's run his usual race up, driving away, but he's going to run out of petrol soon. Vintage Toll, who's a funny old customer, but looked really cherry ripe. He's coming through, and might actually, Edward Hyde might have got there a little bit earlier than he wanted in a way, because he's still going quite sweetly, and he's a funny old horse to get home in this ground. Star of a Gunner is not going to hang on much longer, and it's Walter Swinburne, who ended last season in such a blaze of international glory with All Along, who's going to start off this season with the first big race of Saving Mercy, who started off so well 2 seasons ago, wasn't quite right last year, and has been brought brilliantly back to form by Dermot Weld. Here we are in the final furlong now. Vintage Toll has got the legs of Guverno as the Star of a Gunner weakens, but Saving Mercy is showing that she's really a handicap good thing if she was to reproduce her old form. She's done it here. She may have looked a bit to a rat bag beforehand because of the terrible conditions, but she's done this really nicely now. She's an emphatic winner of the 1984 Lincoln. Vintage Toll is going to hang on to be second, Guverno third, but at the line, she's going away, the filly for the second year running, has won the Lincoln. It's Saving Mercy from Vintage Toll, Governo and Star of a Gun. On the head-on now, and you can see Walter Swinburne pulls the horse across. I'm hearing the winning time. It was actually no less than 10 seconds slower than the standard. Vintage Toll is going on here. You can see Star of a Gunner is beat. And the real thing is, which is actually very tough luck for anyone who had a high draw, is you're absolutely stuck if you've got a high draw in this conditions at the moment at Doncaster.
And there's our winner, Saving Mercy, the 14-to-1 winner of this William Hill Lincoln Handicap. And in fact, she's only winning her second race. She was trained in England last year with Jeremy Hindley during the winter time, went over to Ireland and Dermot Weld, and he's brought her back to score a 14-to-1 success.